Welcome back to Nick Lenz, my corner classic lesson on classics. This is episode number 2644 and Doubleshot 2538. I've been delaying this video long enough. Let's do it. We're here discussing a Aquaman trade and a Spawn trade. For Aquaman, we have Aquaman Sword of Atlantis. Once and future. One or two trades to collect this era for Aquaman, because here's the thing. This whole run, what was known as Sword of Atlantis, it's not fully in trade. And they're all saying, really? It isn't? Yeah, I don't really know exactly the reason for this. If you're curious when the issues came out, they came out in like 2007. Also, here's something. Like, how long did this last for? What was known as Sword of Atlantis? This lasted for about 18 issues. Yeah, so this collects just the start of this run for Sword of Atlantis. This collects 40 to 45 of Aquaman Sword of Atlantis. This is a continuation numbering from Aquaman Volume 6. Yes, you have Kurt Busiek as the writer with Booch Gooch on the artwork. Mostly put in this book here, we have a younger Aquaman who is not Arthur Curry. This is Arthur Joseph Curry. Allegedly, he might be the son of Aquaman, but they don't really go into that much at all. It's just that he looks like Aquaman, but they never confirm he really is Aquaman. He's just basically a guy who just looks like him, who just dresses like him too. Also, King Shark is here too. You're thinking, wait, King Shark? Wasn't he a guy who debuted in pages of Superboy? Oh, here's the cover for this really good book here. Yeah, that's the thing. With this book in particular, he's added part of the Aquaman supporting cast. You're like, what? Seriously? Yes, King Shark, who, like I mentioned, is a Superboy villain, was added as part of this supporting lineup. So, mostly put, he serves as Aquaman's caretaker. That's mostly put exactly what he's here for. And of course, people mistake it. Like I mentioned, he's mistaken for Aquaman. He says, nope, I am not Aquaman. I just basically the same name and look like him. He also meets Aquaman's brother, Ocean Master, who's here. Manta is not here. It's just the start of this very brief era for Aquaman. Yes, I do say this is the suit he wears throughout this whole run. Now, here's a question you might be asking. Like, somebody might be listening in comments below. Like, does Kurt Busiek do this whole run? Does he do all the issues? No, he doesn't. Like, what, really? Yeah. So, oh, by the way, the other trade that collects this stuff is Aquaman Sword of Atlantis Book 1. Which that book only collects issue 49. And you might be basically asking the question, is that the entirety of Kurt Busiek's run? So 49 is technically the end of his run. So like who takes over after he leaves for the last 10 issues of the book? Ted Williams. So as far as Philip Curry. So there is a possible theory that he's Aquaman's cousin. Yeah, like I mentioned, he's only here just for this short period of time. And that's it. Does he join any superhero teams? No, he doesn't. Yeah, so I do have the other book on the order, so I might review that later. But it's a good start for this run to give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Like I mentioned, unknown why this book was never finished. It just wasn't. As a matter of fact, Volume 6 itself was never fully finished collecting. Nope. Basically, issues 6 to 14 have 7 to 14. No trade for those issues. None. When I get to them, I might be able to do them separately. Alright, next up we have is Spawn Origins Collection, Volume 28. This collects Spawn 167 to 172. We're in David Haynes' run still for Spawn, with Brian Haberlin, who does he does pencils, he does inking. The cover is Greg Capullo and Brian Haberlin. This cover is Brian Haberlin, not Greg Capullo. Nope. Mostly put, a lot of these issues is basically like Twitch, basically, he's like talking to Spawn, and it's a lot of just stuff happening. So basically, he's here looking for Clown. And aside from that, there's not really like a lot of stuff happening. So he was also the Violator as well, which is nice. We could say rid of these issues. It's like not a wow factor. It's good. Don't get me wrong. These are good issues. David Haynes is a good writer. It just doesn't have a lot of wow factor toward it all. It does give the Spawn story, and that's it. I'm going to give the book roughly a 9 out of 10. Now, there's still also a few more trades I haven't reviewed yet for Spawn Origins Collection. I have not reviewed yet volumes 18 and 20. I will eventually get my hands on those books, but this book series in particular has proven to me the highest volume trade series I own. Like, once again, this book, I basically with 30 trades for Spawn. But not really much else to say about these books. Now, also, okay, so here's a question for Spawn. Tom McFarlane left the book prior to this one. So, when does he come back to the book? Well, David Haynes' book is issue 184. Yeah, Brian Hooligan took over the writing duties, co-writing duties with issue 51, and he left. He's going back to 185, so we got a little bit while longer for David Haynes' run. How much longer, you might be asking? Well, this book went to 72, so I'd say probably about one more volume worth of issues that we're probably going to go through David Haynes' run. Yep, and it's back to McFarlane. Yeah. For artwork-wise, there's only about 4 issues discussed what he did the arc for. What about Greg Capullo? Aside from the covers, well, I mostly have a few issues to go for him, and that's it. Brian Heberlin, he doesn't have a lot of issues to go for himself. No, not really. I'd say probably with the very next volume, we're going to cap off David Haynes, we're going to go back to McFarlane, who's kind of basically, well, back in the book for quite a while. But for guest writers, until issue 100, there's no guest writers for quite a while. Guest artists. The previous time had Lee Medina do guest arc, but right now there's no guest artists right now. Not really. Yep. But, yeah. Now, I'm definitely looking forward to discussing more Spawn trades, but... But yeah, that's pretty much it, particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit dislike button. See you tomorrow for basically some anime, Super Sentai, and maybe Comic Corner too. Okay, next view. Bye.